Multi-level marketing, affiliate marketing, is not a business. It is a commission-only sales job for a company that you don't own and have no control of. Sure, it's covered in motivational quotes and personal development, but most mums make no money off it. In fact, only the people at the very top of these companies make a lot of money. I know they exist. I know they are out there for people to join. I've even bought some products that are affiliate and multi-level marketing companies. Recently, it started showing up in my world. And I think the reason it started showing up in my world, started getting lots of people that are messaging me and asking me about how to get in the business, like I'm in one of these businesses, is because I'm living the lifestyle that they're selling. And I talk about business. Today, I want to talk about this. Don't do any multi-level marketing in this household. Have we bought products from people in the past? Yes, absolutely. I love to support people that are trying to make themselves another income. But I want to talk about the truth about why it's not a business model, why it's not something I advocate for, and why I wouldn't recommend that you do it. Obviously, your life, you do whatever you want. But from what I've seen, it's pretty challenging. So welcome back to the Moxie Movement. It is another stunning week here in our world of running businesses and being mums and showing up present and profitable. My daughter is out there baking a 3-ingredient cake. Let's see how that goes. My husband is downstairs working on our cruise business, and I am up here chatting to you. We've got some friends here visiting from New Zealand this week. We had family visiting from England and New Zealand and Australia the week before, and we've got some of Johnny's old school friends coming from England with their 18-year-old son. Oh my goodness, that makes me feel kind of old that we have people with grown ass adult children as our friends. They are coming to stay next month, and so it's all go here in Household Greener. We're getting set up and ready for maintenance. Our cruise business, very seasonal, runs in the summer, doesn't run at all in the winter at the moment. We use this time to build system, to do all the maintenance, and we actually lift the boat out of the water for about 10 days. Johnny will be heading back to New Zealand to help Erin and the crew do that, and then he'll come back, and then we will be on our way back to New Zealand for a little break in NZ for my retreat with my clients and some guests coming from New Zealand, Australia. Have got anyone coming from further afield yet? Because it's a long way for my clients from America to get all the way to New Zealand. We are going to have 3 days in Russell on the waterfront at the Duke of Marlborough doing our retreat together. I'm super excited about it. Every year it levels up. This year the theme is beyond. We are talking about going beyond the noise. There's been so much noise in the marketplace this year, and it is hard for us in business to block that out and focus on our own game and build things back up. It becomes this kind of self-fulfilling prophecy when we're listening to all the noise about how hard the market is and what's going on and how it's tough out there and nobody's spending money. That becomes your perception and that becomes your reality. You really have to be so deliberate about blocking out that noise. We're going to spend 3 days letting go of everything that's been going on in 2025, getting you beyond the noise, beyond the stories that are out there in the external environment, but also our own stories that we have so that you can get beyond those. On the last day, we're going to make sure that you go beyond that level. You know that thing that you keep saying you want to do, that edge that you want to go past, that you keep circling? We're going to make sure you've got the tools to make that happen in 2026. I'm very excited about it, mostly, first and foremost, because I get to give my people a hug in real life, and I'm very excited about that. But secondly, because this is a real launching platform for clarity, for having women take the next big step, whether that's their first big hire, whether it's a shift into a new premises, whether it's changing their business model substantially, whether it's getting ready to launch a new part of their business. So sometimes they've got an existing in-person business and they're looking to do something else or do something new. These are always the times at which people let go and leave behind what they don't need to carry anymore and make space for new. I love it. I love when we do it as well, because as mums, we're responsible for that end of year stuff, end of school term, school holidays, Christmas. And so we do it at the start of November so that you're all set up and ready to go for the new year. Christmas functions, all the things. And maybe if you're running a business, it might even be a really busy time of year for you and your business as well. So we get it done before then, so that then when you come back and you've done all the New Year's and you've had your Christmas holidays, you can hit the ground running in 2026 with a completely organized plan, a beyond operating system, your beyond move, ready to go for 2026. Let's dive into this multi-level marketing, high-ticket affiliate conversation that is going on out there. I think the challenge I see is that these businesses are often marketed to mums as another income stream. Hey, you can be at home, it's flexible, you can work from home, which is exactly what I'm saying to you as well, right? I'm saying, hey, your business model is broken and we can fix it and we can make it work for you. And so I found these people are starting to be attracted to the things that I'm sharing online. And I think that's because we're living location free. We're living on currently a tropical island and we're homeschooling and running our businesses from here. But we have physical, real life businesses. Our other two businesses, one's a small accommodation business and the other is an overnight cruise based in the Bay of Islands in New Zealand, has a physical in-person element to it. And we've built our business models, fixed our business models, because they used to all require us to be there in person doing all the things. We've fixed our business models so we can be anywhere we like, do the bits that Johnny and I need to do in our businesses, and the businesses run and they make money and the teams operate in alignment with the way that we want things to do. So when I talk about fixing your broken business model so you can be present and profitable, that's what I'm talking about. I'm not talking about any business opportunity like selling supplements or selling water or selling. One that came up for me today in a conversation was selling books. Like, I had no idea that all of these things were done in a multi-level marketing or an affiliate marketing scheme. They're selling this dream of flexibility and family time and money. I think those are all awesome goals to have. I desperately wanted for my family and I've made it happen. The problem is these do not deliver on one key element of this. There are lots of filtered Instagram stories, quotes, people that are peddling these business models saying that they're a business coach and mentor, but actually they're building a sales commission team. The really unhappy truth about this is that there are thousands of women working unpaid hours to create all of that for a business that they don't even own. For a business that can wipe out their entire income stream with one swipe of a pen at a board meeting. And that sounds dramatic, and yet it's been done time and time again, where people have built what they believe is an income stream that is theirs, built a business that they believe is theirs. They are earning their commissions off what they sell, and they're earning commission off people that are in their downline, and eventually that commission model stops working because it gets too expensive for the business to operate in. And so someone at the top takes a pen and gets rid of it and says, you now only earn commission for what you sell. And so all of a sudden this person that's cultivated this team, taught them how to sell, has no income. These products, and if you believe in the products, that is totally cool. You do you. You're absolutely welcome to buy products. But I've never believed the dream that it's going to bring me an income stream that's going to make me $1 million a year. There are some ridiculous statistics around these companies. Very, very few of them boast like even 20% of their people earning anything close to a livable income. In fact, most cases, it's like 1 or 2% are earning something that's livable. What's worse about this is that one person isn't making enough money to support themselves, and so they're told to sell this business model to the next person, because if that person sells enough, you'll make enough money. So you can't make it work on your own, selling the products on your own, so you should recruit someone else who will sell the products for you who won't be able to make it, so that they can sell the products to somebody else. Now again, if you like the products, buy the products, use the products. I'm all about using products that you like, But don't believe the hype around this being a business model. It is a commission-only sales role. And if you are good at sales and you enjoy that, go for your life. But honestly, if you're good at sales and marketing, you could build an epic business, because that is not an easy part of your business to do. You're not great at sales and marketing and you're trying to build one of these businesses, good luck, because that is the whole game. There isn't anything else for you to do because they've delivered you the product. What these multi-level marketing and affiliates are, these are commission-only sales rep roles for a company that you don't own. I've worked in my own business for no money for many, many years in the early days, but I owned it. And I could see that if I fixed the business model and I made it work, that there would be a profit for me. I wasn't beholden to anybody else's decisions. When you're a commission-only sales rep of a company that someone else owns, you have nothing. No assets, no equity, no control, which means that someone can get rid of it in an instant. Now, all businesses can disappear in an instant. We had a very successful tourism business, and when they closed the borders in 2020, it was gone overnight. But because it was ours, and because we had assets, and because we had team, we could adapt and make decisions that allowed us to get back to where we wanted to. If somebody signs a document in a boardroom somewhere for one of these companies, you can't build it back, because they just changed the game, and there is no building back from there because you don't own any of it. And all of the social media, all of the work, all of the resources that you've created are only relevant for that company. You've done a whole lot of free marketing and a whole lot of free sales work for someone to wipe it off the face of the earth with a pen. It's really important that you understand that that's what you're getting into. You're expected to recruit other people into something that's already not working for you. You have to go out and inauthentically say to people, this is a business opportunity that will work for you, when you haven't even got it working yet. Because it only works when you have an X number of people downstream that are selling the thing, whatever the thing might be. Businesses exist in just about every product category you can think of. In fact, there is one now that's a digital marketing one. People that are selling digital marketing courses that have never had any training, no experience in digital marketing, are going through this course, which is basically how to sell the course online and then selling it to other people. It's exactly the same thing. It's not a business. It is just, there are so many things wrong with it, and none of them are going to make you present and profitable. The structure of these business models depends on you selling to other people based on the thing that's not working for you. It's so wrong in every way, shape, and form. You are sold a dream. You are sold that you can do that and come and do what I'm doing. Will there be some people in those organizations that have done that? 100% yes. I would be surprised if they don't have other income. And yes, there will be some examples, but that is the exception, not the rule. And you know how I know that? It's because they're supposed to disclose the earnings of their members publicly. They don't do it particularly quickly. I think most of the big ones that I went looking for before I jumped on to do this podcast, like most of their earnings disclosure statements are like 2022. It's 2025, people. Catch up, hurry up. Tell us, disclose. You're selling these great dreams to people when actually they're not actually being fulfilled. When I went and looked at the numbers, I was like, oh, is that what they're making per month? Oh, I guess that's an okay side hustle. I looked a little closer. They were annual commissions that these people were receiving, not monthly, annual. And I was like, one, I wouldn't get out of bed for that. And then at the bottom in a small line, it says, this does not take into account money spent by the individual in marketing, going to events, or buying products. That is the money that they receive, top line, no expenses deducted. It was terrifying. I'm going to read off my notes for this because I won't remember these numbers otherwise. Here's some of the ones that have come up recently for me, and there are hundreds. I suspect there's probably thousands of them. But these are some of the ones that have come up in my world recently. Like even some of my clients that are running actual real life businesses and they're thinking about doing one of these things on the side. I'm like, no, like it's such a time suck and an energy suck. And these are 2023 numbers. Arbon, 85%, just over 85%, earn less than $1,000 a year. Remember when I talk about earnings here, this is the commission that they get paid. It does not take into account any money they have spent, any costs they have incurred making that less than $1,000. The median income in 2023, and like I say, we should probably have 2024 numbers by now, was $77 a year. So if you like the products, buy the products, but don't buy into the business dream. Juice Plus. Again, if you like the products, if they make you feel good, if you feel healthier on them, if that's working for you, go for your life. But 90% of people involved in Juice Plus earn less than $1,000 a year commission. Again, that's before we've taken off costs. The median income is less than $100 a month, and this is 2022 data. So again, it's hard to get good data because they're not disclosing it quickly enough. The top 1% of people that are involved in Juice Plus actually earn an income that's survivable, more than $100,000 a year. And again, when we talk about these numbers, we are talking about the top line, $100,000 commission earned. It does not take into consideration their time, their effort, their money invested in getting to that point. Magic. That's your magic water. 66% of people earn less than $1,000 a year. Again, there is going to be people in these programs that buy just to use the product. So therefore, they obviously aren't intending to build the business model, and that's completely okay. If you just like what the water does for you, go for your life. But if you're looking to make money off it, you will have to be the exception inside this business model, and you probably want to be an early adopter. 66% earn less than $1,000 a year. The average income is less than $1,000 a year. 50% made less than $440 a year. Now, are there going to be people that are swinging this massively the other way because they're making big numbers? Yes, but that's scary. If that's 50% of them make $440 less a year, these dreams of making a survivable stay-at-home income after paying your bills to run this commission-only sales and marketing role, you have to be the exception here. Someone talked to me about this thing called paper pipe. This is actually what made me think, I know this doesn't work, but I need to go and look at the numbers. And so this person was like, have you heard of paper pie? And I was like, no, God, what the hell is this? I was like, okay, maybe it's a new product that they're selling. You know, it wasn't that long ago I hadn't heard about barefoot shoes or craft chocolate. And I have clients that make and design socks and import barefoot shoes into New Zealand, and clients that make craft chocolate, which wouldn't have been a thing not that long ago. I don't always jump to the conclusion that it's a thing that won't work. I always go and do my research. And so paper pie is like you're selling books. Again, 2022, couldn't find anything newer. Average income, $559 a year. And again, there's no costs included in these numbers. The majority of people that participate in these things lose money once you include costs. Once you include the product costs, once you include the costs you pay for training, and once you include travel. We haven't even started to talk about what you should get as a return on investment for your time invested. A minimum wage job in New Zealand will pay about $25 an hour. For every hour you spend trying to build one of these business models, at the very least, it's costing you $25 because you could go and get a minimum wage job that did that. For most of you, you are way more capable at investing your time and making more money and doing something else. Again, this is if you're looking at it from a business point of view. If you like the products, do your thing. I'm not saying don't buy the products. I'm saying if you think this is going to be another income stream for you, it is going to take you much more time to get this up and working in a way that might make you money than make your existing businesses work well. Are they cool people? Do they have great personal development programs? Are they doing some great training for you to become a better version of yourself? Absolutely. I've seen some great friends speak on some of these stages. They are really incredible at the skills and tools and things that they are doing around the professional development and the personal development world. That doesn't mean that the story that they're telling you about building a business is working. The really big money is often, like most things, we talked on another podcast recently about how everyone's talking about being online is the easiest thing in the world right now. And I'm like, oh, it's more accessible. That doesn't mean that making money online and from home is easier than it's ever been. You're looking at our life, you're looking at the result of 7 years of deliberate planning to get there. It's really important that you understand what is behind this. These big checks that you're talking about, and the top 0.1 to 0.2 of the reps. And that's what it is. It's like, hey, I've got this opportunity for you. You're a commission-only salesperson. And if you're a really good salesperson, if you are phenomenal at marketing and sales online, you could do so many cool things with business models right now. And generally those people, they started when it started, because the earlier adopter you were with the internet and social media, the easier it was because there were less people there. And so you got bigger share of the slice and there's more people sitting under you. Yeah, so those people are making a lot of money. But even then, when you look at the numbers, it's not as great as it is cracked out to be in terms of a business opportunity. Here's why I don't support these models, especially for mums. You don't control anything. You don't control the pricing, the packaging, the strategy, or the branding. Somebody else, somewhere else controls all of that and can take it away with the swipe of a pen. Making craft chocolate, selling barefoot shoes, being a physio, interior designer, even learning how to do online skills, being a virtual assistant or creating marketing resources for other businesses. You are in control of all of that. And the only person that can take it away from you is you. And the only way that that will happen is if you decide to stop doing it. It doesn't just magically disappear because someone else decided it's gone. You are encouraged to sell hope, not results. Now, if people are just selling you the products and saying these products will do these things, and they've got evidence to back up that the products will do the things that they say they're going to do, and you try them and you get great results, mwah, chef's kiss, go for your life. But the story they're selling you about a business model, not true. And if it were true, you'd be able to go and look at their earning reports and it would disclose and show that the numbers are incredible and lots of people are making money out of this stuff. You get told a lot just to follow the system. And cool, if it works to sell their products, that's a great business model for them. It's working for them, right? Imagine having salespeople in your business that you don't have to pay wages to, that just worked on commission only and worked their little butts off and did all the marketing for your product as well. How good would that be? Instead of building skills, instead of building tools, instead of building assets that are yours and can never be taken away from you. And worst of all for me is that the time, effort, and energy that you have to put into this leaves you exhausted. When the whole point of this is for you to be more present with your family, to be lit up, to be excited. You don't want to be exhausted, chasing people in your inbox and avoiding building your own business, creating your own thing that's yours, that will give you that presence and profitability that you're after. If you're looking at this, if you already have an existing business, your time, effort, and energy is better spent there, doing that. Don't get caught up in the story that that is going to help you, that that is going to change your life. I promise you that the numbers and the evidence do not back this thing up. And I do not want you to waste your precious, precious time, especially when you're mumming kids, because those moments are gone so quickly. Spend your time on your existing business and make that work. If you don't have a business and you're listening to this because you're like, but Sarah, like they're telling me that it's going to be easy and I'm going to make money and I can live like you, location free. Hi, I'm Sarah. I've been doing this stuff for 20 years and I've only just figured that out. Have we spent some time traveling, a month here and a month there? Yes. It's taken us a long time to get to this point and make this work. I've got some shortcuts to that now because I've done it and now I teach other people to do it. Not all of my clients want to live location free. Some of them want to be able to do a little bit of travel and spend time at home. Everyone's different. But instead, if you're looking for something to start, and I mostly work with established businesses, but most of my clients have something existing that they're making a little bit of money on, they're making some sales in, and they're like, this is cool, there's cash coming in the top, but there's not enough left at the bottom, and I don't have enough time. So those are my people. And they do all sorts of things. Let me tell you where I think you can make some extra money on the side or build a business with things that you already have without having to sign into the stories, the dream that these people are selling you. so that if you want to, you can come do what we're doing. Just you need to do it in a way that you're in control of it. Here's what I recommend. Do you have any freelance skills? There are so many skills that we all accumulate on our journey, whether that's been in employment or in our businesses, that we could freelance out to other people. Admin, writing, designer, childcare, photography, tutoring. Like, I have so many people in my world doing all sorts of different things. Making jewelry, dog grooming, dog walking, dog training. If you've got to this point, you've got some skills and tools that can be sold as a freelancer, where you don't have to be working for someone else, that you can build your own thing around. You could start those microservice businesses, that dog walking that I just talked about, the organizing. You could do baking, you could do cooking for people, you can do cleaning, you can go in and help do admin support for local stores, local shops. You can sell what you know. If you have knowledge or expertise, you can frame it up, and it's something that people want, and people want all sorts of knowledge. What did someone say to me the other day? That there was a whole coaching program on how to go grey naturally. And a guy in my world was like, oh, don't just let it go grey. And I was like, that tells you just how different your world and my world. You can sell what you know. You can create workshops, you can create digital products, using your lived experience. Now you're going to need some skills and tools to do that, because doing it and then simplifying it enough and teaching someone else how to do it, two really different things. So you're going to need both. You're going to need the skill of, oh, I've done some things, I've got some knowledge, and then you're going to need the skills and the tools of, how can I easily transfer this knowledge and enable someone to do it when they've finished learning from me. So you can teach some things. It could be languages, it could be music skills, it could be culinary skills, making jewelry, making things online, knitting, sewing, like you name it. There are people out there willing to learn from you online. Start lean and small. If you can do this without having to outlay a lot of cash, and by that I mean small inventory, sell it and then buy it if possible. If you can do it without spending thousands, tens of thousands in some cases, on branding and website, if you can just get something up that's scrappy and functional but works. There are lots of things that have made this easier. Canva didn't exist 20 years ago. It makes it easy to actually look good without paying a designer. Wix, Squarespace, WordPress, like all of these things make it easy for you to build a website that looks really professional without needing a website designer to begin with. Just get started so that people are actually giving you money before you go and invest a whole lot in these things. You just want to create real value for real people, whether it's a product, it's a service, it's an experience. You may have a spare room. That can become an Airbnb space. There are so many ways for you to generate an income, and start small, add some value, because all businesses is a value. We don't need to build a huge big team of people to build a profitable business. There are people out there that are running profitable businesses with one employee or one contractor. There are people out there that are running profitable business with a team of 30. You can do whatever it is you want to do. Here's some things that I would ask before jumping into any opportunities to decide if it's right for you. I would ask, if I stop selling, do I still get paid? If not, it's not a business. Yes, we have to sell in our businesses all the time, but if that's the only bit of the business that you're doing, it's not a real business. If I stop selling, will I still get paid? Ask the question, do I end up owning anything here? A product, a list, intellectual property, assets, brand, or a platform? Or is it all owned by someone else? Am I doing a whole lot of work for someone else's businesses? And honestly, if you're really good at this stuff, if you're great at marketing and sales, that is going to help you so much in your business. Ask, does this actually give me more time with my family? Or is it just a new kind of guilt? And now I'm now guilty that I'm failing at this because I'm not putting enough time and effort into it. Or if I'm over here putting enough time and effort into it, am I guilty because I'm not spending time with my kids? If you love the products, buy them. 100% do that. Be a customer. But don't confuse buying a starter pack with building a business. As mums, we need business models that are profitable and present, not ones that bleed you time, bleed you trust, bleed your sanity. You deserve better, and you can build it. If you've got an existing business, Let's fix the model you currently have. Putting your time, effort, and energy into it is where it's at. If you don't have a business, go and find something that's going to be yours, that you're building, that no one else can take away from you but you. If you want to stop it, you get to stop it. That's your choice, but no one else can do that to you, because we build businesses around here that support the lives that we want. Till next time, stay moxie.